Hello and welcome to today's daily trade watch brought to you by the Live Trade Room. Now today is Thursday the 19th of July and what we're looking to do is to present some high probability trading opportunities for the day ahead. So without further ado then, let's draw your attention to our risk warning. Just obviously familiarize yourselves with the risks involved in trading these markets. Now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and discuss some high probability trading opportunities that we can look to utilize for the day ahead. And it's basically our assertion that yesterday saw a little bit of, let's say, price manipulation. Of course, there's no way to verify that, but we can look across certainly the dollar pairs. So yesterday, for those of you that were able to capitalize on some dollar strength trades, and we were the same, we were able to capitalize on them in the first part of the day, and then in the afternoon things started to reverse, and we took a couple of losing trades in the afternoon while the markets were pulling back quite considerably across the board. Now a good example is the dollar CAD. We had a really explosive move above the 32.16 and then a complete reversal of that level. So and the reason why we put it down to a little bit of market manipulation is because obviously when we talk about the dollar, there is a lot of good news built in behind the dollar at the moment. There's a very positive sentiment behind the dollar. Now, of course, if that's the case, and those that trade the fundamentals will be looking to buy the dollar, those that trade the sentiment will be obviously looking to buy the dollar, and those that trade technically would also be looking to buy the dollar. So what happens in situations like that is when there's an expectation for price to push higher, you often get the opposite kind of effect, and the big institutions try to shake people out of the market. Now, what we should probably be ultimately aware of is that we're still looking for opportunities to buy the US dollar. So that is really technically quite important, irrespective of yesterday's price action. So we were talking about a lot of price action yesterday, certainly in our live trade rooms, where we were looking for opportunities for reversals. And as you can see, that's not really what we've seen. So in terms of high probability opportunities, a break beneath yesterday's low, the 1603, could constitute certainly a nice move, maybe even down to the 1536. There's a lot of negative sentiment behind the pound as well at the moment, just because of the Brexit negotiations. And it's likely to have that impact as well on the euro. So in addition, we really like the look of the pound dollar. Any opportunity to sell this market below the 30.11. Now yesterday we got a series of structural failures where we look to sell some of these markets at really strong levels of resistance, and a couple of those trades failed yesterday afternoon before it had peaked, and then we got the explosive move to the downside. So that's what we're looking to do. So to clarify, the euro dollar we're looking to sell below the 1600 level. The pound dollar we're looking for opportunities to sell below the 30.11, and there's a nice bit of movement to the downside in the pound dollar, so we'll be looking at that very closely this evening. The dollar yen, we would need to see this price break above yesterday's high, 13.16, so perhaps there's some better opportunities to focus on. We do quite like the dollar CAD, but above yesterday's high. So again, we'd prefer to focus on the euro and the pound. Now, we'll, from a trade selection perspective, we'd prefer to focus on the euro than the Swiss, because this still has a lot of resistance just above it. And we're currently trading above and below the parity level, the 1.00 level. So the other markets that we like to look at to the downside would be selling the Aussie dollar and selling the New Zealand dollar. So with the Aussie dollar, what I'll do is I'll take away just a couple of these, and we'll bring this down to yesterday's low. This is the higher probability trade below the 73.43. We've still got a little bit to go before we get down to those levels, but worth keeping an eye on. And the last trade is actually a break, and you can see how today's price action has bounced off it already. looking to sell the New Zealand dollar below the 67.43. Now, there's not an awful lot going on in some of the other markets. The yen pairs are currently pulling back. The US equities are a bit indecisive, let's say. But the only other market which is a dollar correlated market is the gold market, and it's quite a straightforward trade, looking for opportunities to sell below the 12.21 level, and we're currently below that level as this is being recorded. However, we would be very strong, and we have been strong, and we've been selling this market on a number of occasions to the downside, and we continue lower. So this is the gold market. So any opportunities to sell, obviously putting your approach together is very, very important, making sure you mitigate risk and pay due attention to your risk management approach. So we're looking to sell the gold market below the 12.21. So that just about concludes then today's daily trade watch. So if you'd like to connect with us, please do on YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post lots of live content every day, and also through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and the details are there currently up on screen. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. So from everyone here at the Live Trade Room, do take care. We look forward to seeing you next time. For everyone here, bye for now.